What's going on, gaming nerds? Welcome back to Midnight Gaming with Mystic Nightmare. Thanks for coming to the channel and hanging out. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It is midnight, and we are back on Osiris New Dawn. And honestly, guys, there's not really much left that we haven't already done in the game. We've pretty much built everything except for the barracks. I went ahead and built the solar panel because I'm just that much of a genius. I can build the solar panels like no other. And obviously, you can see I put some hover plates on the bottom of them, and they're floating in the air. No, not really. They just kind of, if you put them on a hill, man, they just, you get them floating in the air. That's just kind of dumb. Anyway, I believe what's going to happen is your robots and all of your stuff are going to have power that actually runs down. So the solar panels, as long as you're in an area of effect of the solar panel, you should probably be able to charge those up, or maybe connect to the solar panel. I don't know. I just figured I'd build it just because it makes the base look cool. And when it comes down to this bad boy, basically it's just, I don't know if it's supposed to affect the map like this, or if it's supposed to give you like a radar in the upper left hand or right hand corner of the screen or whatever, but I don't know. So I went ahead and built those off of camera, and that's done and over with. I figure at the very least we can just go ahead and build the rest of it today. We still need to build the G.A.V, which actually is really fun from what Scoob says, and I definitely need to play with that for a little bit. But I figure at the very late, I love how I have to get the gun out to build something. That's funny. Anyway, so yeah, we still need to do the G.A.V, and we probably need to play around with that a little bit. That'd be a lot of fun, but I think we'll probably end up doing that in this episode as well. Like I said, there's not really much left to do in the game, except for build this and decorate this, build the G.A.V, go fart around with that thing, maybe kill a few things and avoid a few worms or whatever, but for the most part, we're pretty much done with everything we need to put in here. When it comes down to like new updates that are coming out, there's supposed to be a pretty stinking big one that's on the way. I don't know if it's going to be multiple updates, but there's talk about turrets, anti-bug turrets. They're going to be available. There's a mech, which is actually a robot suit that you can wear and you can walk around in, kind of like in Subnautica when with the oh crap, the prawn suit, I believe is what it's called in there. So yeah, I mean, they've got some plans to do a lot of stuff with this game, and I'm pretty stoked about it. But honestly, I don't think it's all going to come in one big in one big update. I think obviously they're going to take a few separate updates and deal with that, but for the most part, you know, I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to do. So anyway, let's just go ahead and throw out, I think I was going to do a shower too. Let's do the shower right there. We got our bed going, so we can go ahead and save now. We don't need our inflatable outside. Oh, we need to put our Atari up. Where's our Atari? Where is our Atari? Furniture. Dude. Really? I need rubber. Let's go jump in. Well, let's build and then jump in the G.A.V. We'll go over and get some rubber. And then once we've done with that, we'll come back and put the Atari in. But that'll give us a chance to play around with the G.A.V. I actually want to play with the G.A.V. quite a bit, to be honest with you. So we are building, and the G.A.V is now inside the house. Great. Oh, we're out. Now this is nice thing about this thing, man. This thing is fast, but also hits like a freaking monster. I mean, it is so powerful. It's ridiculous, and it's actually pretty hard to flip over, to be honest with you. Let's test it out on the Tumbo. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. You're done. You're done. Your toaster strudel. Your lunch for tomorrow. So anyway, kind of a funny story. After I did the spaceship tutorial, the spaceship flying tutorial, I was standing on top of our base. And I look over, and there's another player. Now, you guys are probably thinking, oh, so you're in private server or a public server. I'm not. I'm in single player, guys. Okay? I am in single player. And there was another player in my game. I was like, wait a minute, what in the hell is going on here? There's no way. So I thought, okay, there's an update. You know, they went ahead and did an update, and they put in a random NPC that goes out and does random stuff. I'm thinking, that's pretty cool, right? So what does this dude do? His name's Tony, by the way. I actually got to see his name. It was Tony. And it was another player. He gets it by Rover, and he drives off in the Rover. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So he only goes about, you know, maybe a couple of dunes over, and he turns around and comes back. I never even lost sight of him. He comes back, he gets out of the Rover, and he jumps in the freaking spaceship, and he takes off with our spaceship. Now I'm thinking, okay, like I said, this guy has the ability to get in my spaceship. He's probably, you know, he's probably just an NPC that they added in an update. Well, there hadn't been an update. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? This is crazy. So I start doing a little research, and guess what I found out, guys? There is some confusion when you're making a single-player game. Every now and then, you can actually make a single-player game, and what will happen is it will see it as a single-player, or not a single-player, but a what the heck is it called? A public server, and other people can log on to it. And this Tony guy was actually not an NPC. He was another actual player that was in the game that stole our freaking spaceship. Yeah. I immediately logged off, and as soon as I logged off, I think it may have kicked him out, because when I logged back in, our spaceship was back, but our rover is still gone. Okay, are you gonna... That's the only place you're going to let me put it, right by the shower. Alright, I guess we're all going to get comfortable with each other. Me playing the Atari by the shower and all the ladies in the shower over here. So anyway, yeah, there was another player. So, and I've also found out that if you make a single player game and you name it Osiris, it automatically defaults to a public multiplayer game. So don't be naming any of your stuff Osiris, because it'll automatically make it a public server name. Yeah, pretty freaking crazy, right, guys? That's just crazy. Oh, and here's a little trick for you too. By the way, Scoobs and I figured this out. If you've got this problem where you're trying to do a YouTube video, or you're sick and tired of this weather, what you can do is you can come in here and you can save. Then you can leave. And then you log back in, and once you log back in, the weather will be nice. And I'm tired of trying to do a stinking video when it's foggy outside or there's a storm. So check that out. Look at that. See that? Now it's nice skies, and we restart, or because we restarted our single player game. Let's go play around with the vehicle. We've got our barracks up. We got our nice... Look at our base. That's a nice looking base. I got to admit, that is a nice freaking looking base. Everything's nice and tight. We don't have to worry about stuff being strewn all over the place. You don't have to run everywhere to go. Oh, as you can see, the rover's gone. By the way, bye-bye rover, because Tony stole it. Tony's a jerk. What a jackass. Anyway, yeah. Super, super nice base. I like the way it's laid out, except for those freaking solar panel on the dish back there floating in the air. But this is actually a pretty good place to make a base. You got... Oh, there was something else I wanted to check out too. Check this out, guys. I put... Look at that berry tree. I put my cursor on this the other day, and we got these spikes. You got to be careful about these spikes. I don't know what this does. It says berry tree. I hit it, and nothing happens. Is that not the berry tree? Yeah, see, it says berry tree. Where'd it go? Berry tree, right there. So, is it that one right? Is it that big son of a bitch right there? I think it's that son of a bitch right there. Yeah, let's look at this. What's the berry tree do? Berries to backpacks? Ooh. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You eat them? You can equip them, split, and drop. Eat. Nom, 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 nom. Your vitals are already stable. So there's berries in the game, guys. You don't have to worry about freaking aliens. You don't have to worry about the freaking get in the kitchen. You can just eat berries all day long. Be a berry cool guy. I kill myself. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on the G.A.V. and let's kill some stuff. Because that's just what we do, right? Look at this thing. This thing is a monster when it comes down to killing stuff. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But like I said before, there's not really much we haven't done in the game. We're kind of done with everything. We've built everything. We've flown the spaceship. We've crashed it. Well, I crashed the spaceship off camera, but I won't admit to that at all. And don't tell anybody else, especially Scoobs. But yeah, we've pretty much done everything in the game. I was hoping I could get a few more episodes out of it, but there's not really anything else I can really do unless it's just building a base somewhere else. I mean, I guess I could hunt down, maybe do some tutorials on where different metals and stuff are, different materials, but for the most part, I think we're kind of done with it. As far as the game is concerned, in my opinion, it's a game I've been waiting for a while. I was very put off at the very start of the game, mainly because of everything was the same color. You know, it's a deserty planet, and I'm not really big on deserty type of levels or boards in video games. I was kind of put off on that. It'd be in super new access, but they've actually got what they have built, what they have done on the game. It works out fairly well. There's a few glitches here and there, but that's early access. But overall, as far as the game is concerned, it's fantastic. Like I told you guys before, I kind of said, no, I don't really want to try that out. And Scoobs talked me into it, and I'm super glad that he did. You guys will probably see a few... was I just spinning out? That was cool. Look at that. Whoa, no, this way. Where am I going? I'm going backwards. What in the hell? I'm pushing forward. Oh, I'm spun around. Okay. But yeah, Scoobs had to talk me into it, and I went ahead and did it. And I enjoyed it. I have a lot of fun with it. I don't think the updates are going to be coming super fast and furious. They'll probably add a few things here and there while they optimize and they fix a few things. But for the most part, it's an enjoyable game. I highly recommend playing it. If you're kind of worried about, content, then, just wait a few months and then get it. Just keep in mind, the more they develop it, the more it's going to cost on Steam. Right now, I believe it was only like $20 or something like that. Wasn't a big deal at all. But it's a blast to play. It's a game that I've been waiting for a while because I love space travel and stuff like that. No Man's Sky, it never sat right with me, so I never purchased it. And I'm glad I didn't, because a lot of people had a really big problem with it not being quite the game that they thought it was going to be. As far as space travel games, it's super nice, very cool. It's not overly what's the word I'm looking for? There's a few games out there that are just too big. There's some that you can play. I can't even remember the name of the game, but you can play on it and you can earn money in the game, and then you can sell that money for real or trade that money in for real life money. But as far as this game is concerned, it's an absolute blast. It's not too big where you get in and you can get in and play for an hour or two and you can leave. So it's good for a casual gamer, and it's good for an in-depth gamer too, except for the fact that it's kind of short on content just because it is a very new early access game and they're still developing it. But it's still a great game. I'm super stoked and looking forward to what's coming out next. What they're gonna put in the game and everything else. I'm stoked about the mech. I'm stoked about the turrets. I love turrets in video games. I think it's totally awesome. But for the most part, it's a fantastic game. So I highly suggest at least getting it now. That way you don't have to pay more money for it later, because I promise you guys eventually this game is going to be at least $50 when they fully develop it. And that way you don't have to pay for it unless they come out with like an expansion or something like that. So anyway, overall, a blast to play. I think this is the last episode for this season. I may wait. Depends on what they come out with on the next updates. If they come out with anything big or they come out with a whole bunch of stuff, maybe I'll just jump in and say to hell with it and jump back in and do a quick update or whatever. Or I may wait a few months and then do a whole new Let's Play series. I don't know. But as of right now, this is pretty much it. Thanks for joining me on this Let's Play. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I actually had a lot of fun. Keep looking forward to me and Scoobs doing multiplayer and just doing real stupid, crazy stuff, because that's probably all we're going to be doing. Keep gaming, keep doing it at midnight. We'll see you guys, well, in the next episode of another playlist, because we're pretty much done with this one. Have a good one, and take care.